Yolanda grew up in a small town, surrounded by loving parents who instilled in her the values of hard work and determination. From a young age, she was driven and ambitious, excelling in her studies and dreaming of a life filled with purpose. She pursued her education passionately, earning a scholarship to a prestigious university. There she flourished, immersing herself in her studies and participating in the various community service projects, always envisioning a future where she could empower others. Terry, on the other hand, grew up in a bustling city, facing the complexities of a diverse environment that shaped her worldview. From a young age, she grappled with her identity, navigating societal expectations while trying to understand her true self. As a teenager, Terry found solace in the arts, using writing and performance as outlets for her emotions. Despite the challenges she faced, she was determined to carve out her own path, pursuing her education with tenacity and earning accolades for her innovative thinking and leadership skills. Their paths crossed at a professional conference where Yolanda was captivated by Terry's charisma and intelligence as a wonderful man. Terry presented as a man, and Yolanda was drawn to his confidence and passion for social change. They struck up a conversation, discovering a shared commitment to advocacy and community service. Their connection blossomed quickly, fueled by mutual respect and admiration. As they spent more time together, Yolanda found herself enchanted by Terry's charm, wit, and insight. They enjoyed late-night discussions about their aspirations and dreams for the future, forging a deep emotional bond. Yolanda believed she had found her perfect partner in Terry, never suspecting that beneath the surface lay a truth that would eventually challenge everything they had built together. Their early lives shaped them into the strong, independent individuals they had become, each carrying their own unique story. As they embarked on this journey of love, both were hopeful that their relationship could withstand the trials ahead. Little did they know that hidden truths would soon emerge, testing the very foundation of their connection. As Yolanda and Terry's relationship deepened, they reveled in the joy of shared experiences. Weekend adventures became regular occurrences, filled with laughter, new discoveries, and heartfelt conversations. They explored art galleries, attended poetry readings, and volunteered for local charities, each moment strengthening their bond. Yolanda admired Terry's passion for activism, while Terry was inspired by Yolanda's unwavering dedication to making a difference. However, beneath the surface of their idyllic romance, Terry struggled with her past. While she had successfully transitioned into a man and embraced her new identity, she had not yet shared this crucial part of her journey with Yolanda. The fear of losing the love they had built weighed heavily on her heart. Terry often found herself caught in a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt, questioning if she would ever find the right moment to reveal her truth. As months passed, Yolanda began to notice subtle changes in Terry's demeanor. Moments of silence would punctuate their conversations, and Terry sometimes seemed lost in thought. Yolanda, ever intuitive, sensed that something was troubling her partner but chose to respect Terry's space, hoping that when the time was right, Terry would open up. One evening, the couple attended a dinner party hosted by mutual friends. The atmosphere was lively, filled with laughter and engaging discussions. Yolanda, feeling particularly grateful for the relationship, decided to toast to love and friendship. As she raised her glass, her heart swelled with joy. "To love that knows no bounds," she declared, her gaze fixed on Terry. "Here's to the connections we make and the lives we touch." Terry's heart raced at Yolanda's words, but a wave of dread washed over her. She felt an overwhelming urge to share her truth, but was paralyzed by fear. The moment passed, and as the night wore on, Terry's internal conflict grew more intense. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of unspoken words became unbearable for Terry. One quiet evening, as they sat together in their living room, the air thick with unexpressed emotions, Terry knew it was time. She took a deep breath, her hands trembling. "I need to talk to you about something important," she began, her voice quivering. Yolanda looked up, concern etched on her face. "What is it, Terry? You know you can tell me anything." His heart raced as she struggled to find the right words. "It's about my past and my identity. I've been meaning to tell you for a long time." Yolanda's brow furrowed, her mind racing with possibilities. "What do you mean?" "I was born a female," Terry finally admitted, tears welling in her eyes. "I transitioned because I wanted to live authentically as a man. I never meant to deceive you." Silence enveloped the room as Yolanda processed Terry's revelation. Her heart felt heavy with confusion and disbelief. You mean you're a woman and not a man?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Terry reached out, desperate for Yolanda to understand. "No, Yolanda, I'm still the same person. I love you. This doesn't change how I feel about you." But it changes everything, Yolanda replied, her voice breaking. How could you keep this from me? I was scared, Terry pleaded, scared of losing you. I thought if I told you, you wouldn't want to be with me anymore. Yolanda stood up, her emotions swirling like a storm inside her. You should have trusted me enough to share this from the beginning. We built our relationship on honesty. How can I trust you now? The intensity of their conversation hung in the air, both women grappling with the weight of the moment. Yolanda turned away, tears streaming down her face, while Terry felt her heart shatter at the thought of losing the love she cherished. In the following days, Yolanda struggled to process the revelation. Memories of their time together replayed in her mind, now tinged with doubt. She found herself questioning everything, their shared dreams, the laughter, the intimacy. It felt as if the ground beneath her was shifting. Meanwhile, Terry faced her own turmoil. She was heartbroken, feeling the chasm that had formed between them. She longed for reconciliation and hoped that love would triumph over fear and misunderstanding. Yet she also understood that trust, once broken, could be challenging to rebuild. As they navigated this painful crossroads, both women were left to wonder, could love truly conquer all, or had the truth irrevocably altered the course of their lives? Weeks passed, filled with silence and unspoken words. Yolanda found herself reflecting on what love meant to her. She remembered the laughter, the shared dreams, and the deep connection she felt with Terry. But could she reconcile those memories with a new reality? One evening, after much contemplation, Yolanda decided she needed to talk to Terry. She invited her to meet at their favorite park, a place that held precious memories of their early days together. As they sat on a bench under the soft glow of the setting sun, Yolanda took a deep breath. Terry, I've been thinking a lot about us, she began, her voice steady but emotional. Terry looked at her, hope flickering in her eyes. I'm here, Yolanda. I'm ready to listen. Yolanda continued, I can't deny that this has shaken me to my core, but I also can't ignore the love we've built together. It's real and it matters. I need time to process everything, but I want to try. Terry's heart soared at Yolanda's words. Thank you for being willing to work through this. I love you, and I'll do whatever it takes to rebuild your trust. Though the road ahead would be challenging, both women felt a renewed sense of hope. They knew that love, despite its complexities, could still guide them through the darkness. Together, they began the journey of healing, determined to navigate the intricacies of their relationship with honesty and compassion. As Yolanda and Terry embarked on their journey of healing, they committed to open communication and honesty. They set aside regular time to talk, sharing their feelings and fears. Yet the journey was anything but smooth. One night, while they were having a deep conversation about their future, a phone call interrupted them. It was Terry's mother calling from out of town. Terry's demeanor shifted as she spoke, and Yolanda noticed the tension in her voice. After the call ended, Yolanda asked, "Everything okay?" Terry hesitated, her expression clouded with worry. "It's my mom. She wants to visit soon. I haven't told her about my transition yet, and I don't know how to explain it." Yolanda felt a pang of empathy, but also a surge of anxiety. What if she doesn't accept you? "I have to find a way to tell her," Terry said, determination flickering in her eyes, "but I'm terrified of losing her love." Over the next few weeks, the pressure of Terry's family dynamics weighed heavily on her. The impending visit loomed over both women, and Yolanda could sense Terry's unease. They both agreed to tackle this challenge together, but just as they were finding their footing, another complication arose. Yolanda received an unexpected job offer in a different city, a promotion that could advance her career significantly. The opportunity was a dream come true, but it would mean relocating and leaving Terry behind. When Yolanda shared the news, Terry's reaction was far from what she expected. "Yolanda, you have to take it. This is what you've always wanted," Terry said, forcing a smile, but her eyes betrayed her sadness. "But it would mean moving away from you," Yolanda responded, concern etched on her face. "I don't want to jeopardize what we're building." "Sometimes love means letting go," Terry said, her voice trembling. "If it's meant to be, we'll find a way to make it work." Torn between her ambition and her feelings for Terry, Yolanda found herself at a crossroads. After much deliberation, she decided to accept the job. The news felt bittersweet, and as she packed her belongings, Yolanda couldn't shake the feeling that their relationship was still fragile. The night before Yolanda's departure, they had a heartfelt farewell dinner. They reminisced about their time together, but the atmosphere was tinged with sadness. As they shared a final toast, Yolanda looked into Terry's eyes and felt a mix of love and uncertainty. "I'll always carry you with me," Yolanda promised, but deep down she feared the distance would change everything. Once she relocated, Yolanda immersed herself in her new job, finding success but feeling a growing void in her heart. She and Terry made an effort to maintain their connection through video calls and texts, but the physical distance strained their relationship. Each conversation became a reminder of what they were missing, and the emotional gap widened. Meanwhile, Terry faced her own battles. With Yolanda gone, she struggled to navigate her family dynamics alone. When her mother finally visited, the moment of truth arrived. Gathering her courage, Terry decided to come out to her mother. There's something important I need to share with you," she said, her heart racing. "I transitioned." The silence that followed was deafening. Her mother's expression shifted from confusion to disbelief, and finally to hurt. "Why didn't you tell me before?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I don't understand." "I was scared, Mom. I didn't want to lose you," Terry replied, tears streaming down her cheeks. Her mother's reaction was mixed, part love, part disappointment. "You're still my child, but this is so hard for me to accept. I need time." The conversation left Terry feeling devastated. She had hoped for unconditional love, but instead felt a sense of rejection. As she grappled with her mother's response, she turned to her friends for support, leaning on them as a lifeline. Back in her new city, Yolanda found herself increasingly distracted at work. Her thoughts often wandered back to Terry, and she began to question if moving had been the right decision. One particularly challenging day, she received a text from Terry that struck her like a bolt of lightning. "I need you to come home. I can't do this without you." Heart racing, Yolanda didn't hesitate. She booked a flight and returned home, determined to support Terry through her struggles. When she arrived, the atmosphere was tense. Terry was grateful but also overwhelmed. "I didn't mean to put that pressure on you. I miss you," she confessed, her voice cracking. "I miss you too," Yolanda replied, wrapping her arms around Terry. "I'm here now. Let's figure this out together." The reunion brought a spark of hope, but the challenges they faced were far from over. As they began to reconnect, Terry's mother expressed a desire to meet Yolanda, wanting to understand the woman who loved her daughter. Nervous but willing, Yolanda agreed. The meeting was tense, filled with awkward silences and hesitant questions. Terry's mother struggled to reconcile the image of her daughter with the reality of who she had become. Yolanda spoke candidly about her love for Terry, but the conversation often felt like walking on eggshells. Just when it seemed they might find common ground, Terry's mother dropped a bombshell. "I can't accept this. I'm afraid my friends will find out. This isn't how I raised you." Terry's heart sank as she realized her mother's acceptance was conditional. The conversation turned heated, with Terry defending her choices and her identity, while her mother clung to her preconceived notions. Yolanda felt the tension mounting, caught between her love for Terry and her desire to support her partner's relationship with her mother. After the meeting, Terry was devastated. "I thought you would understand," she cried. "How can I move forward if my own mother can't accept me?" Yolanda held her close, feeling the weight of Terry's pain. "You are so much more than her opinion. You are strong, and you deserve love and acceptance, especially from yourself." In the following days, Terry began to reclaim her strength, seeking therapy to process her feelings and navigate her complicated relationship with her mother. Yolanda supported her through this journey, attending sessions when invited, and encouraging Terry to embrace her identity unapologetically. But just as things began to stabilize, another twist hit them. Yolanda's boss offered her a promotion that required her to remain in the city for an extended period, potentially delaying her return home. Torn between her career aspirations and her commitment to Terry, Yolanda faced yet another crossroads. "Terry, I don't know what to do," Yolanda confessed one evening. "This opportunity could change everything for me." "I want you to succeed," Terry replied, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "But I can't be your second choice. You need to do what's best for you." Realizing the gravity of the situation, Yolanda took a step back to evaluate her priorities. "I love you, and I want to be here for you, but I also want to grow in my career. Maybe we need to find a way to make this work no matter the distance." In that moment, they both realized that love doesn't always mean being in the same place. Sometimes it means supporting each other's dreams from afar. They agreed to take their relationship one day at a time, continuing to communicate openly and honestly, reminding each other of the strength of their bond. Terry's journey towards self-acceptance continued to flourish. She began to embrace her identity fully and even started speaking at local events about her experiences as a transgender woman. Yolanda cheered her on from afar, attending events whenever possible, her heart swelling with pride. As the months passed, both women grew individually while still nurturing their love for one another. They learned to navigate the complexities of long-distance love, finding creative ways to stay connected. Video chats became routine, filled with laughter, love, and deep conversations, bridging the physical gap that lay between them. Then, one day, just when it seemed their relationship was stabilizing, Terry received an unexpected message from her mother. "I want to try again. Can we meet?" With a mix of hope and trepidation, Terry agreed. When they met, her mother had clearly done some soul searching. "I've been thinking about what you shared with me," she began, her voice softer. "I want to understand more about your journey and the person you've become." Terry felt a flicker of hope. This time, the conversation was filled with openness and vulnerability. They discussed identity, love, and the complexities of acceptance. While it wasn't a complete resolution, it was a significant step forward. Meanwhile, Yolanda received a call from her boss offering her a chance to lead a new project that aligned with her passions. Excited yet anxious, she shared the news with Terry, who encouraged her to pursue it wholeheartedly. "This is your moment, Yolanda. Go for it." With renewed determination, Yolanda accepted the project, deciding to balance her career ambitions with her commitment to Terry. As they continued to grow, both individually and as a couple, they realized that love was not just about proximity. It was about mutual support, understanding, and the willingness to fight for each other. As the years passed, Yolanda and Terry's relationship evolved, becoming a testament to resilience and the power of love. They learned that every twist and turn, every challenge faced together, only strengthened their bond. And while the road ahead was filled with uncertainties, they faced it hand in hand, ready to embrace whatever life had in store. In the end, they discovered that love is a journey, not a destination, a journey filled with unexpected turns, growth, and the unwavering belief that, together, they could overcome anything.
Drugs, beats.